All right, so here's a thought. I've been asked a number of times if I would do texturing or materials in Blender, and I fully understand where people are coming from. I did that a while ago, a couple years ago, whatever, and I started using Substance Painter. And I don't really see going back very frequently. I mean, Substance Painter is industry standard, and it's kind of like saying, why don't you not use Photoshop if you've got the ability to use Photoshop? On the other hand, of course, I don't use a lot of add-ons and stuff like that are available. I've got Box Cutter and I've got Hard Ops and stuff, and I just don't use them because I don't want to muddy the waters up too much. I want it to be Blender, at least for the modeling, for the most part. I do use like Loop Tools and Node Wrangler and some easy stuff. But here's what I'm thinking. I would like to start a channel on the Zero Bio Discord about Blender materials, textures, whatever. So if you do stuff with normal maps, if you've got a great texture for metal, for rubber, for plastic, all these things that have some of the benefits that you would get from Substance Painter in terms of dirt, in terms of wear, edge wear in particular, in terms of scratches, dust, all of these things. It doesn't all have to be in one material, but the more the merrier. But what I'm looking for is, I'll start a channel, and for you to submit images of your node tree that are easily readable. All right, we have to be able to see and duplicate the node tree, and I don't want it on a sphere. All right, I want to see it on a walkie-talkie, on a table, on a real-world object, so we can get a sense, because a lot of these metal textures, the Ryan King kind of things, everything is on a sphere, and then you try to apply it to something else, and it's far too repeated, or it just does not work on one of these real-world sort of objects. So I'd like to see it. So what I'm asking you, kindly, doesn't sound like I'm asking you kindly, but I am, if you want to do this, we'll have a channel with a repository of materials, node trees, and an image where you've put that material. It doesn't have to be on the entire walkie-talkie or table or whatever, but on that part, a real world thing where people can go, I could see how you'd use that for the grip of a flashlight. I could see how you'd use that for the rubber of a tire or on a gun or something like that. Whether, maybe it's a wood texture for a crate, that's fine too. All right. And then if I like the materials and can replicate them, I'm not that good with the shader editor, then I would consider maybe using some of that in future tutorials rather than Substance Painter sometimes. All right, so I'll have more information about this later. I think we need to talk a little bit more about that. So take care and stand by.